The Cockroach Janta Party's first major street protest is currently underway in New Delhi. The party's founder Abhijit Dipke has arrived in the capital, while climate activist Sonam Wangchuk also joined the demonstration carrying a rose. So far, the Delhi police have detained about 6 people as a precautionary measure amid some very heavy security at the Jantar Mantar. So what started as an online satire has now spilled onto the streets of the Indian capital. Hundreds of young professionals and students and parents gathered at Jantar Mantar for the CJP's first physical street protest. The protesters were in fact seen carrying books, Indian flags, flowers and also the movement's now famous cockroach mask. The protest is targeting what the participants are calling is a growing crisis of accountability in India's education system. They're also demanding for the resignation of the Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, citing controversies surrounding examinations such as NEET, CUET and other recruitment and entrance examinations. And the Cockroach Janta Party's founder, Abhijit Dipke, who arrived all the way from the United States of America earlier in the day, addressed the supporters at the venue. He said that the movement represents the voice of young people who are feeling ignored by the system and ignored by the people in power. Now, another important phase in this protest is that of climate activist Sonam Wangchuk, who has expressed solidarity with the student-led movement. His presence has drawn some loud cheers from the crowds. Several opposition figures and also some civil society representatives have also extended support to this. Really tight across the Indian national capital after members of this Cockroach Janta Party came out in full force. Now, more than 1,000 police personnel of the Delhi police apparently were deployed at key locations, including at Jantar Mantar and the Delhi airport. And about 6 people from the Cockroach Janta Party, all of them youngsters, were detained in order to prevent any kind of a possible confrontation between the supporters of this cockroach party and those who are opposing this movement. Now, the officials say that the detentions were actually preventive in nature and the protest has remained peaceful by and large. The Cockroach Janta Party, remember, appeared just weeks ago, racking in millions of followers on its Instagram page. But its rapid rise has also highlighted a deeper frustration that a lot of young Indians, especially young students and unemployed youth, face. And some of these YouTubers and unemployed youth, remember, had been called as cockroaches by the Chief Justice Surya Kant, which is what started off this entire movement, more as a political satire that has now come onto the Indian streets. And WION's correspondent Dharamjot Kaur has been tracking the movements of the Cockroach Janta Party very closely from the ground in Jantar Mantar. She in fact spoke with some of the demonstrators and what their demands are. Listening to what members of the Cockroach Janta Party have to say.
So for my generation, I have not been I will not say I was active politically for a long time for my life, but after I started reading about it, I'm a major in political science. So after I graduated, I started preparing for UPSC, and that's when I started reading newspaper, consuming other things. And my generation has not seen a protest, or a collective movement like this. And we all have individually our own grievances, and we see through this movement a way to express our grievance, our will. We are here to express our will, to exercise the right, and it is, I feel for me, it is more like a moral obligation and a duty to be here, to address to the authorities what we want collectively.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.